Hallo, meine lieben Leute und herzlich willkommen zurück zu Let's Play Nein, nein, nein. In der letzten Episode ist so einiger kranker Scheiß passiert, wie zum Beispiel, lasst so jemand in die Luft geflogen und wir haben gelernt, was es mit den Bomben und mit den Reds und mit den Deads und alles auf sich hat. Ihr wisst schon, was ich meine. Wenn ihr es gesehen habt, dann habt ihr es gesehen und wenn nicht, warum schaut ihr euch die Folge überhaupt an, wenn ihr es nicht gesehen habt? Okay, Stoppuhr bereit, Stift bereit, Notizzettel bereit. Okay, wir können weitermachen. Ach ja, wir versuchen heute ein kleines Experiment, nämlich, ähm, bisher haben wir es ja immer gehalten mit diesen halbe Stunde Folgen. Wir probieren heute mal eine Folge ein bisschen länger zu machen und ihr schreibt mir dann einfach in die Kommentare, was ihr davon haltet, weil ich habe schon gemerkt, dass eine halbe Stunde echt ein bisschen arg wenig ist, aber wir gucken einfach mal, wie es jetzt aussieht und dann, ja, machen wir weiter. In defiance of Zero's suggestions, both Santa and Seven put fingers down their throats and began to gag. Ach ja, die haben gerade erfahren, dass sie Bomben in sich drin haben. Stimmt. The rest stiffened, some touched their stomachs, some simply stared at their bracelets. Wieso habe ich gerade keinen Ton eigentlich? Ist das normal? Junpei gingerly touched his stomach. There was a bump inside his body. The thought of it made him queasy. His stomach felt oddly hollow and his legs were weak. Why had Zero designed such a ludicrous game? Junpei looked over at the others. Okay, ist doch Ton da. Ich habe gerade echt gedacht, ich hätte keinen Ton. Alright, I'm gonna ask one more time. Do any of you know anything about Zero? Okay, ganz kurz das Mikrofon richten. Okay. They were all silent, each person waiting to hear what others would say. Okay, alle sind irgendwie geschockt, dass sie Bomben in sich drin haben und sie fragen sich jetzt, wer weiß etwas über Zero? Finally, Santa spoke. Actually, I saw him. I saw Zero when I got grabbed. Na, wahrscheinlich hast du genau das gesehen, was wir auch gesehen haben, diesen Mann in der Gasmaske. I didn't see his face, though. Son of a bitch was wearing some kind of gas mask. What the hell? Come on, guys, give me something. Ich stehe voll auf deiner Seite, Santa. Ich habe ihn nämlich auch gesehen. You know, like, surprised or something. Instead, it was Santa who looked surprised. There was a moment of silence and then everyone spoke at once. Natürlich, das macht unsere Gruppe am liebsten. Yeah, I saw him too. Yeah, me too. He was wearing a gas mask. Ja, bla bla bla. Das Übliche. As stories were sorted out, the truth became clear. All of their stories were the same. Also jeder hat die gleichen Erfahrungen gemacht. Sie wurden entführt von einem Typen in einer Gasmaske, der sich jetzt Zero nennt. They had been abducted at home at midnight. The person claiming to be Zero had worn a mask. There had been white smoke and then each person had passed out. Ja, genau, das mit dem Schlafgas. When they awoke, they had found themselves on D-Deck in a room with a 3-level bunk bed. Alter, jeder hat dieses scheiß Rätsel mit den Koffern machen müssen. Only Seven's story seemed to lack the detail of the others. Okay, Seven war anders. Oh, me? Yeah, well, mine was just like the rest of yours. That was all he had said. It had occurred to Junpei at the time that it sounded somewhat strange, but he didn't press the issue. Ich persönlich glaube, dass da irgendwas faul ist mit Seven. He hadn't done so because there was something that struck him as even stranger. That was the mystery of the relationship between Snake and Clover? Ich muss kurz auf meinen schlauen Zettel gucken. Snake and Clover, also der Blinde und die Kleine. Ja, stimmt, die kennen sich anscheinend. For some reason they had been abducted from the same room and woken up in the same room. Ja klar, weil er hier, Snake kann ja nichts machen, weil er blind ist. Er hätte zum Beispiel das Rätsel mit den Koffern, hätte er alleine nie lösen können, wenn Clover nicht dabei gewesen wäre. Also, easy. Junpei looked at them thoughtfully. So, what's the deal with the two of you, anyway? It was Clover that answered. Clearly, she felt she had nothing to hide. Das hätte ich jetzt nicht erwartet. We're siblings. Alle kommen. Also die beiden. Na, der alte Mann und das kleine Mädel. Also, ihr könnt mir einiges weismachen, aber nicht das. Danke, Junpei. Siblings? Yes. Snake is my older brother, obviously. That means I'm his little sister. Ja, also, ernsthaft. That's really so hard to understand? Junpei was taken aback. The others seemed just as surprised. She is correct, of course. He laid his hand on Clover's shoulder. Are you surprised? Well... Oh, okay, war das 7. Well, yeah, but... Why? There are other people here with connections to one another. Those two, for instance. Snake pointed at Junpei and June. Wie kann der dahin zeigen? Der ist doch blind! Oder weißt jetzt, wo jeder hier im Raum steht? Oh, you mean between Jumpy and me? Yes. You did say you were childhood friends, didn't you? You went to school together. Yeah. June glanced at Junpei, uncomfortable with the sudden attention. Junpei felt somewhat nervous as well and tried to scratch his head as casually as possible. Okay, jetzt werden langsam die Dinger hier in Frage gestellt, unsere Relationships zueinander. Es ist mir viel zu leise, ich brauche Musik im Hintergrund. Das macht mich gerade ein bisschen uneasy. Hey, you think maybe we could figure out who Zero is this way? Yeah, you're right. You connect the dots between the victims and that leads you to the perp. Achso, stimmt, da müsste es anscheinend irgendjemand sein, der irgendwie alle kennt von den Textbook-Stuff. Okay. Junpei, June, does any of this ring a bell? Ring a bell? Ring a bell? Ja, wir können jetzt auch alle Jingle Bells anfangen zu singen, aber... They looked at one another, and like it was staged, they both tilted their necks at the same time. Well, perhaps you went to school with the son of a multimillionaire. A millionaire? Son? Oh, Junpei hängt immer noch bei Sohn, wirklich. Well, somebody bought this boat and set up all of this. Whoever Zero is, they must be incredibly rich. Well, we can't be sure of that. To me, this seems as though it's the work of an organization, not an individual. Huh. Zero's most likely simply the representative of a larger group. What sort of organization? It could be a number of things. An army, perhaps, or a research group. Perhaps this is all some sort of psychological experiment. If it is, then it's a pretty fucked up experiment. I mean, come on, a guy's dead. Wieso musstet ihr mir das jetzt zeigen? Also für die, die letzte Folge doch nicht gesehen haben, erinnert euch noch, der Typ, der in die Luft geflogen ist? Ja, der ist tot. The word dead hung in the air, heavy and ominous. Ja, tot. The room went quiet again. I don't know who the hell this Zero asshole is, but I know for sure he's gotta be pretty fucked up in the head to do all this. If this was all one guy, then he's got some serious issues. Ja, wenn das alles wirklich nur Zero ist, dann hat er wirklich ein riesengroßes Problem. Dieser Zero. Even with the specter of death hanging over them, their discussions continued for some time. In the end, however, they learned nothing. Okay, sie haben jetzt diskutiert und sind zu keinem Ergebnis gekommen. Wie wäre es, wenn wir jetzt endlich mal uns drauf machen, die Türen zu öffnen? Vielleicht? Schon wieder eine halbe Stunde um. By the time they finished, 1.5 of their 9 hours were gone. Okay, wir haben jetzt 1,5 Stunden dran gesessen, ohne irgendwie zu einem Ergebnis zu kommen. Kommt schon, wir haben noch 7,5 Stunden. Das ist fast schon unmöglich, glaube ich. All they had to show for it was impatience. Oh. Ja, ich glaube 7,5 Stunden werden knapp, weil ich weiß nicht, durch wie viele Räume wir gehen müssen. Wenn es tatsächlich 9 Türen sind, durch die wir müssen, bis wir zum Ausgang kommen. 9-mal irgendwelche komischen Rätsel. Das wird eng. Und jedes Mal noch die Digital Root berechnen. Ja, okay, Digital Root berechnen ist jetzt nicht so dramatisch. Aber trotzdem. Und wenn das Wasser auch noch steigt, wie ich es mir denke, dann wird das echt eine enge, knappe Angelegenheit. Man, look, we only got 7,5 hours left, okay? Dankeschön, Santa! Dankeschön! Der ist auf meiner Seite, der denkt wie ich. Ich mag dich. Ich mag dich, Santa. You really sure you want to just sit around? No one was willing to argue this time. Ja, jetzt auf einmal. Very well then. There's only one way for us to proceed. Sure not gonna be fun running around knowing we gotta jump when Zero says jump. Well, it's stupid to just sit around here doing nothing. Thanks to Snake's card, at least we have some idea of how this all works. Ja, genau. Correct. And so long as we follow the rules, we will most likely be alright. But what? Who's going to go in which door? Das erinnert mich an was. Diese Diskussion hatte ich nämlich schon mal mit jemandem. Nämlich, an den ich doch ganz, ganz liebe Grüße aussende, meinen lieben Freund Flo. Hallo Flo! Die Diskussion hatte ich nämlich mit meinem allerliebsten Flo dieses Wochenende. Als er kennt dieses Spiel schon und wir darüber diskutiert haben, wem ich vertraue und wem nicht und mit wem ich in welche Türen möchte und mit wem nicht. Also, ich habe mich mit dieser Frage schon auseinandergesetzt. Oh yeah, that's right. We can't have any more than 5 people in one door. All 8 of us can't go in the same door. Then it would seem we will have to split up. Wait! Lotus looked terrified. I'm telling you now, there's no way in hell that I'm going into door 5. Come on. Come now, don't be selfish. Call me whatever the hell you want. I'm not going in there. Ja. Ich weiß nicht. Da ist ein toter Mensch drin. Natürlich wird das abschrecken, glaube ich. If I'm going to have to walk through all that blood, then I'd rather stay here and drown. Geil, Lotus. Oh, die Bewegung von Ace war gerade voll süß. And we were doing so well. Ace shook his head sadly. Sorry, but I ain't going in there either. Someone else can go into door 5. Oh, Santa, not you two. Hey man, I just bought these shoes. Oh mein Gott, ich dachte, das wäre jetzt total irgendwie tiefgründig, warum der da nicht reingeht bei der Boss. Ist es wegen der Schuhe? Oh Gott. If you think I'm getting some creepy dude's blood all over them, you got another thing coming. Oder so. That was the last straw. What the hell, man? Weren't you the one who kept saying we should get going? Yeah, so? Doesn't mean I want to go into door 5. Also wenn jetzt alle in Tür 4 rein wollen, dann hat das irgendwie auch keinen Sinn. Oh God. There was an awkward silence. Finally, 7 spoke. Fine. I'll go into door 5. I can't go in there alone, though. Anyone else willing to come with me? There was another long silence. This time, Snake was the one to break it. I'll go. What? Don't worry, you'll be fine. We may part now, but I'm certain we'll meet again later. How do you know that? Because I do. Snake. Ich weiß nicht, aber ich vertraue Snake irgendwie nicht. Nee, nee, mm. That's not an answer. If you're going, I'm going to. Nein, ich lasse Clover ganz sicher nicht dadurch das Blut von dem Typen laufen. I'm going into door 5. What am I going to do with you? There's nothing you have to do. Ace stepped forward. If I join you, the problem is solved, correct? 7 is 7 and Snake is 2. And if you add Clover's 4 and my 1, the digital root will be 5. Ja, 7 plus 2 plus 4 plus 1 ist 14, 1 plus 4 ist 5. Okay, passt. Oh mein Gott! Clover, so süß! Oh, das war gerade voll niedlich. Oh, it works perfectly! The 4 of us can go into door 5. Wait. What about the other 4? What's their digital root gonna be? Junpei did a quick mental calculation. Bitte, Junpei, mach das mal für mich. Lotus, Santa, June and Junpei remained. The bracelet numbers were 8, 3, 6 and 5. 8, 3, 6, 5. What would their digital... Ach, fick dich doch, Junpei. Ich dachte, du rechnest für mich. Okay, Gott sei Dank habe ich mir meinen Zettel. 8, 3, 6, 5. Okay, das sind 11. Das sind 16, 22. Also, laut meiner Rechnung wäre die Digital Root 4. Aber ich kann mich noch irren, weil meine mathematischen Fähigkeiten sind jetzt nicht so berauschend. 8 plus 3 plus 6 plus 5 sind 22, 2 plus 2 sind 4. Ja, das ist die Rechnung, die ich auch hatte. Also wird's passen. He repeated what he'd determined. It's 4. Add up our 4 bracelet numbers and the digital root is 4. Also passt doch. Then we can go into door 4. Yeah, that worked out well. Geil, ich musste mich nicht mal entscheiden. Fuck yeah. Junpei ran over the team assignments in his head one more time. 4 people would go into door 5. 7, Snake, Clover und Ace. Muss ich mir das aufschreiben? Sollte ich mir das aufschreiben? Ich schreibe es mir besser auf. Okay. 7, Snake, Clover und Ace gehen in Tür 5. Okay. 4 people would go into door 4. Lotus, Santa, June und Junpei. Okay, das schreiben wir uns auch auf. Lotus, Santa, June und Junpei gehen in Tür 4. Okay. Junpei had to ask himself if the teams were what he really wanted. Beyond door 5 was what remained of the 9th man. He never wanted to see that thing again, but something in him said it would be unwise not to examine the corpse even a little closer. Of course, if he went through door 5, he wouldn't be going with Lotus and Santa. Was hat das mit Lotus und Santa zu tun? True, it would be possible for him to bring June with him through door 5, but that would mean she would have to see the horrific carnage that waited there. Junpei didn't want that. Junpei was torn. Should he stay silent and go through door 4, or should he stop them all and insist on door 5? As he turned his options over and over in his mind, Ace spoke up. Okay, für alle, die das jetzt nicht so ganz mitkriegen, wir haben jetzt gerechnet die Digital Root. Ihr habt ja vorhin gehört, was ich gesagt habe, was ich mir aufgeschrieben habe, wer in welche Tür geht. Und jetzt fragt sich Junpei gerade, möchte er durch Tür 4 gehen mit Lotus, Santa und June? Oder möchte er nochmal die ganzen Rechnungen umwerfen und doch lieber durch Tür 5 gehen? It seems we've reached a conclusion. Shall we go? He began to walk toward door 5. Clover and Snake followed, with 7 a short distance behind. Junpei. Which door do you want to go through? Okay, das ist die Situation, mit der ich mit meinem Freund Flo drüber geredet habe dieses Wochenende. Ich weiß, durch welche Tür er gegangen ist, ne, Flo? Erinnerst du dich, wo wir da am Lagerfeuer saßen, ne? Ich erinnere mich. Durch welche Tür möchte... Also, ich persönlich habe zumindest 2 Personen, denen ich nicht vertraue. Und das sind Snake und Seven. Da die beide jetzt durch die Tür 5 gehen. Ich möchte natürlich auch mit June zusammenbleiben. Und warum auch immer, ich vertraue Santa gerade von der Gruppe am meisten neben June. Also June und Santa sind denen, die ich am meisten vertraue. Und denen, die ich am wenigsten vertraue, sind gerade Seven und Snake. Schwierig. Okay, Leute. Ich bleib dabei. Ich gehe mit Lotus, Santa, June und Junpei durch Tür 4. Weil ich gehe lieber mit den Personen, die ich vertraue, anstatt mit den Personen, denen ich nicht vertraue. Okay, wir bleiben bei Tür Nummer 4. Junpei decided that door 4 would be fine. He would go through door 4 with Lotus, Santa and June. Why had Junpei even considered doing otherwise? Ja, ne, frage ich mich auch. Finde ich total. He would be there for June. For Akane Kurashiki. That seemed good. He felt it was the right choice to make. Oh, ich hoffe, es war die richtige Entscheidung. He made no shows of affection, but Junpei saw her as something more than just a friend from his childhood. Willst du mir jetzt sagen, du bist in die verknallt? He watched the other 4 walk toward their door. Ace, Snake, Clover and Seven. Junpei said nothing as they left. Und die arme Clover, die das mit ansehen muss. Before long, they had reached door 5. They talked to one another for a few seconds. Saying things Junpei couldn't hear, and then laid their hands one by one on the scanner panel of the red. Oder RED, wie auch immer. Ace grabbed the lever. Oh, jetzt wird's grad voll spannend. His face tight with determination, he turned over his shoulder to look at Junpei and his companions. Goodbye. Be careful. Bitte haltet aber jemand Clover die Augen zu. Weil die muss das sich nicht mit ansehen. Oh. As Ace pulled the lever, the door swung open. The mouth of a great hungry beast. Beyond the door, Junpei knew, lay the sad remains of the 9th man. It did not surprise him that Ace, Clover, and Seven hesitated. The body was not a pleasant thing. Snake had no such problems, as his blindness made him immune to the horror. Ja klar, aber hallo, Clover ist ein kleines Mädchen. He stepped through the door, his feet making a wet splash in the pool of the blood. Oh, God. Do you intend to kill me? Ach stimmt ja, wenn die nach 9 Sekunden durchkommen, dann fliegt er in die Luft. I assume you haven't forgotten the door only remains open for 9 seconds, have you? Und während er diesen Satz gesagt hat, sind 9 Sekunden schon um. Snake had not even bothered to turn around, but the other 3 sealed themselves and stepped through the door. Und damit sind sie weg. Door 5 swung shut, closing with the heavy finality of metal upon metal. Junpei and his companions scrambled to the door. Ach stimmt, jetzt müssen wir ja hören, ob irgendwas in die Luft geht. They pressed their ears to it in an attempt to hear what might be taking place on the other side. It's beeping. It's just like before. Probably the sound of the detonator on the bracelet. Oh my god. Do you think they're okay? June's face showed her concern more plainly than her words ever could. Almost as though in response to a question, a voice rang out from the other side of the door. Oh my god! It was 7. Hey, there it is! That's gotta be the dead thing, or the DEAD. I don't know. Come on, get over here. We gotta authenticate. Alter, was für ein Scheißwort. Ah, es hat aufgehört, okay. The beeping stopped. The sighs of relief were audible even through the heavy door. Ja, bei mir auch gerade. Phew, looks like it stopped. Junpei and his companions leaned away from the door and breathed a collective sigh of relief of their own. Ja, I feel you. Hey guys, are you doing alright over there? They'd heard Seven's voice, but it wouldn't hurt to be sure. Yup, we're fine! Despite the recent danger, Clover's voice was bubbly as ever. Oh hey, I'm gonna tell you about this whole dead thing, okay? The dead is just like the red, but the color's different. You know how the red was red? Well, the dead is blue. Other than it, it's just like the red. Authentic. Ihr wisst, was dieses Wort ist. It's just the same too. Awesome, thanks, that helps a lot. Well, we should probably move on now. You be careful out there. Roger that. Junpei and the others left door 5 and headed towards door 4. Oh, ich bin voll aufgeregt. Gott sei Dank habe ich heute entschlossen, eine längere Folge zu machen, weil sonst wäre die schon gleich wieder vorbei. Junpei and the others left door 5. Ja, hatten wir schon. They stood in front of the red and placed each of their hands upon it. Four asterisks appeared on the screen. Junpei grabbed the lever and turned around. You guys ready? Yeah. Sure. Let's go. None of them looked particularly optimistic, but their faces were set. Junpei nodded at them and turned back toward the red. Alright, let's go. With strength and determination, he pulled the lever. Oh, das ist so spannend! Run! Ach komm, 9 Sekunden sind schon lange. The 4 of them leapt through the door together. Okay. The moment they had passed through it, each heard a cold electronic sound coming from their left wrist. Ja. Oh, das sieht böse aus. In the center of each bracelet, a red skull appeared. Also ich finde, es ist mehr pink, aber okay. And began to flash. The detonator's countdown had begun. Wie viel waren es nochmal? 80 Sekunden, ne? And the long moment that each of them spent staring at their wrists, the door closed. Natürlich. The numbered door behind them closed, the sound of metal on metal reverberating down the hallway. There was no way back now. They were committed. If they could not find the device to deactivate their detonators. Hey, where the hell is the dead? Also the DEAD. How will I know? Don't give me that crap. Start looking. I already am. They began to run, eyes looking frantically for the device that was the key to their salvation. Wo ist es denn? The hallway they found themselves running down was a long one, easily 300 feet in length. 300 Fuß lang. Ich weiß nicht, wie viel Fuß sind in Meter. On the right side of it stood a series of wooden doors, all nearly identical. Das sind bestimmt Passagierräume gewesen. If they had taken time to think, they would likely have discerned that doors lead to cabins. Ja, Passagierräume. Don't tell me the dead is in one of those rooms. Oh no! How many rooms do you think there are? Junpei was too frightened to count properly, but at his best guess there were 7 or 8 of them. Alter, bei den anderen war das so einfach, da war das Dead einfach da. Und bei uns ist es in irgendeiner Tür drin. Was ist das für ein Scheiß? Ah, fuck! And there wasn't time to count them, to be sure. Junpei ran to the nearest door. He grabbed the knob and shook it hard. It wouldn't open. Okay, die Tür ist schon mal zu. It didn't felt locked. More like someone had hammered an iron plate over the other side of the door. Okay. Junpei turned to find another door and saw his companions had already run to doors of their own. They did not seem to having any more success than he had. Their own words confirmed his fears. Shit! This one's no good! Same here! It's not moving! June was the last to speak up. As Junpei looked in her direction, his eye caught something he hadn't noticed before. A small red light. It flashed at him dimly from the end of the hallway. That's it! Over there! Wo denn? Ich sehe gar nichts. Even as he yelled, he ran. He grabbed Santa, Lotus, and June and pulled them toward the light. Santa called out to them as he ran. Hey, how many more seconds do we have? How would I know? Our time limit is 81 seconds. Okay, es waren 81, nicht 80. I know that, goddammit. I'm asking you how many seconds we have left. Also ich schätze mal so, weiß ich, 30 oder so. In all likelihood, Junpei figured nearly a minute had already passed since the door had closed behind them. If that was true... Ja, so 20 Sekunden. Also war ich gar nicht so schlecht. Urgency foremost in all of their minds, they arrived at the end of the hallway. The dad sat on the left wall, blinking almost tauntingly at them. Hurry! Nein, das war die falsche Stimme, aber egal. Junpei grabbed hold of the machine, his hands slick with sweat and shaking. He slammed his hand against the scanner. The other three followed suit. With a grunt, Santa yanked the lever downward. Oh, wir haben es geschafft, Leute! Woohoo, wir haben es geschafft! Oh, Gott sei Dank. Ich mach das jetzt nicht nochmal. Wir atmen alle. Phew, looks like it stopped. His hands began to steady. Junpei wiped away some of the sweat that beaded on his forehead. As they caught their breath, the four companions began to look around. At the end of the hallway lay a heavy-looking set of double doors. Set into the wall of the hallway on either side of the larger door were two smaller ones. Also was wir sagen, hier ist eine große Doppeltür und hier sind zwei kleine. They all needed inspecting, but Junpei began with the largest of the three, the double doors. So, how many times he had come across similar doors with similar results, he wondered. Or perhaps he corrected himself. More lack of results. Whatever the reason, the door remained firm and unyielding and refused to allow Junpei or anyone else passage. Einfach ausgedrückt, die Tür war zu. Einfach, ja, zu. Near the handle was a small keyhole. Aber wir müssen einen Schlüssel suchen? Above the keyhole was a small symbol engraved in the brass. Mail? Oh, warte, das muss ich mir aufschreiben. Oh, guck. Ich habe mir schon letztes Mal so komische Symbole aufgeschrieben. Das ist das Männlichkeitszeichen, ne? So. Tür... Gang... bei... Tür 4. Okay, langer Titel, aber jetzt weiß ich wenigstens. Okay. Wir hatten nämlich noch das Sonne- und Erde-Symbol und so alles. He wasn't quite sure what to make out of it, and stared at it for a moment in confusion. It was June that corrected him. No, that's not the symbol for male. That's probably the symbol for Mars. Mars. Wir haben mit Sonne, Erde, Saturn und Mars als Zeichen. Well, technically they are the same symbol. But I saw a number of similar symbols near the main stairway. The symbols of the solar system. Ja, Sonne, Saturn und Erde. Habe ich mir alle hier aufgeschrieben. At least, that's what I'm assuming. So, this isn't the man symbol, it's a symbol for Mars. I think so, yes. While Junpei and June talked, Santa had disappeared. Santa? They turned to find him in some distance down the hallway. He had gone to check the other doors. Eventually he reached the last one of them and jogged back. Okay. It took him only a moment to catch his breath again. Ach, der ist irgendwie heiß. Ich weiß nicht. Nein, Saya, nein, lass dich nicht ablenken von heißen Typen. Here's the deal. None of the other doors open. Okay, gut, alle anderen Türen sind zu. Then that must mean we only have 2 more doors. Die 2 hier. Lotus examined the doors on either side of the larger double door. Each one had a metal plate attached to it. Junpei figured there were only probably room numbers B92, B93. The door on the left read B92, and the door on the right proclaimed that it led to B93. Alright, let's open them. Yeah! Junpei put his hand on a doorknob for the door that said room 92. Santa moved to the door to room 93. They'd made it through the numbered door alive. There was nothing more to be afraid of. Junpei and Santa looked at each other and nodded. Ooh! The suspense! 1, 2, 3? Come on! In unison, they pushed against their respective doors. And prompt found themselves in a new room. June followed Junpei as he threw open his door, and they turned around and saw that the door on the other side was open as well. Oh God. Through the door was another person. Was? Through the door was another person, his mouth agape. It was Santa. Hey, was? Wie jetzt stehen die beiden jetzt sich gegenüber? Hey, wie kann das sein? Hä? Yeah, it did. Junpei and Santa looked at each other. They had not expected the doors to yield so easily. Lotus' calm voice broke their thoughts. Maybe this is all part of Zero's plan. I can't say I enjoy being treated like someone's puppet. As she headed for room 93, Lotus continued. Ach so, okay. Ich dachte gerade, die hatten sich angeguckt, weil die Türen aufgegangen sind und irgendwie sie sich gesehen hätten. Aber das wäre irgendwie total dumm gewesen. Es sind 2 verschiedene Räume, okay. Dummer Kopf. Well, now we have 2 rooms. I'm sure there's something in there that will help us. They'll help us get out of here. Let's find it. Santa and I will search this room. Junpei and June search the other one. Hi, okay. Alright. Okay. Ja! Wuhu, Leute! Neue Seite auf meinem Blog auf. Wir sind in Raum 92. Gucken wir uns mal um. Okay. Oh Gott, June, erschreckt mich doch nicht so. Okay, that vase looks expensive. I wonder how much we could get for it. Are you gonna steal it? No, okay. This is kind of a weird looking picture. Do you think it's an abstract painting or something? It looks like a demon with an elephant-like nose. Ja, kann gut sein. Sucking on a human being's brain. Okay, ridiculous. Where the hell did that come from? What's her brain made of? Can't say. I'd mind finding out a little more about what goes on in there. Yeah, okay. It's like kind of weird looking picture. Some sort of weird black and white design. Looks like there's a room on the right side. Ja, hier. Da ist ein Zimmer. Okay, ich will nochmal an die... Looks like a valuable vase, empty though. Ja, okay. Junpei, where are you going? I was thinking I was going to Lotus' room. Do you think maybe you could look around it here a little bit more before you go? That's a lot for me to do in here by myself. Okay. Komm also nicht raus. Hier ist sonst nichts. Okay. Okay, Jumpy, what are you doing? We don't have time to be relaxing on a sofa. Okay. Das aber... Okay. It's a box of matches. There are matches inside, obviously. Gucken uns das einmal von allen Seiten an. No, passt. Okay. Junpei looked down blankly at what he was holding, then up at June. Oh yeah, how's your fever? You feeling better now? Yes? I'm feeling fine. June certainly looked fine. Junpei held his hand on her forehead for a few seconds. It seemed her fever really had gone down. Are you worried about me? Muss ich auch noch zwischenmenschliche Beziehungen haben? Natürlich mache ich mir Sorgen. Yeah, I guess I am. Hihi. June blushed and giggled. By the way, Junpei. How did you end up here? What do you mean? I told you earlier, didn't I? There was a man with a gas mask. There was a man with a gas mask when you got home at night. You inhaled some white smoke and passed out. When you woke up, you were in D-Deck. Ja, stimmt doch. Yeah, that's it. But is that really the truth? June? What? Junpei, are you hiding something from me? No. Nein, ganz sicher nicht. No, why would I? Well, if you think about it, this is awfully suspicious. I mean, why would two childhood friends bump into each other in a place like this? Hey, I could ask you the same thing. Vertraut June mir nicht? Are you hiding something? What would I hide? Well, I don't know. Anything, I mean, you're hiding it. How would I know? You mean like the number of men I've dated? June, wir gehen gerade komplett vom Thema ab. Komplett. Junpei's heart stumbled over itself. Do you want to know? Nein! Warum? June, was ist falsch mit dir? He had to admit he was a little curious. Don't worry. She smiled at him. Only 18. 18. Ich habe in meinem fast 22-jährigen Leben noch nie so viele Typen gedatet. Ja. Times 0? Yeah, I guess I just haven't met Mr. Right yet. Ach so, 18 mal 0. Kein. Du dumme Kuh, June. Oh mein Gott. June looked a little embarrassed and scratched the back of her head in a desperate attempt to seem nonchalant. Alter, was ist falsch mit dir, June? Junpei coughed quietly in much the same way. Anyway, I'm not hiding anything. Just like you, Junpei. When I woke up, I was on D-Deck. Well, you do have a point. I mean, why did Zero pick us? We haven't seen each other since elementary school. June nodded, and for a few moments she had the faraway look of someone in deep thought. Look for what connects the victims. That will lead you to the culprit. Do you remember Seven saying something like that? Seven saying something? Was für ein Scheißsatz. Yeah, I do. So? Well, that's what I'm saying. I think this must all have something to do with a classmate of ours. You got any ideas who it might be? No, nothing. Oh. Well, if it had something to do with school, then it could be one of our teachers. Or maybe the principal. Or the janitor. Or the lunch lady. Oder basically jeder in der Schule könnte es sein. No, I can barely remember any of them. Yeah, I know. Junpei went back to searching, feeling unpleasant and confused. Elementary school. Elementary school. Was there anything strange that had happened in elementary school? As he searched the room, he continued to rack his brain. Okay, wir versuchen jetzt mal uns dran zu erinnern, was damals in der Grundschule so war. Round wooden table. It's a display case, but there's nothing being displayed. How sad. Looks like the drawers are empty too. Okay. It's a bottle with water in it. This is a bedroom. They probably have it here because your throat always feels dry when you wake up, you know? My throat's dry, but I think that's because I'm a little nervous right now. Well, we did run a lot, so we're kind of sweaty. Hey, Junpei, did you want to take a shower together? Alter, June, chill mal! Whoa! Just kidding! Too late to take it back. My brain's already working out the picture. My throat was dry already. This sure isn't helping. Alter, sind wir hier gerade hier so 50 Shades of Grey mäßig unterwegs? June, schalt mal ein paar Gänge runter, bitte. A wooden cupboard. There are cups inside, surprising. No one, okay. Bed. It's a light blue blanket with some designs on it. Someone's made the bed, or at least never unmade it. There's only bed sheets under the blanket, nothing exciting. Vielleicht unter dem Kissen. There's 2 pillows right next to another. Guess it's a double. Huh? What's up? You're turning red. There's a fever back. Hey, are you alright? Do you need to lay down for a minute? I'm fine. I think it's still a little early for that. Hey, seriously, are you really okay? Kann ich hier sonst noch? Vielleicht den Bed frame? Now we don't have her falling off. I toss and turn when I sleep. She's blushing again. What the hell is she thinking about? Ja, die denkt hier gerade irgendwie über komische Sexträume nach. Okay. Egal. Passt schon. It's light. Even if it's heavy, that's light. Okay, dummer Wortwitz. This isn't a painting. It's a map? It looks like a map of the ship's interior. Oh, this is a great find. I think it'll be really useful. Let's take it with us. Yoo! It's now possible to use the map screen. Map screen. The map screen can only be viewed during the story sections. It's entirely different and function from the bird's eye view mode. While the map screen, you can examine a map of the ship's floor plan, which you will acquire over the course of the story. Touch on the map view. If you touch X, it will be taken to the map screen. There you can scroll around the floor plan on a stylus. Touching blah 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 will allow you to see the bird's eye view. Boop, 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 boop. Okay. Okay, Junpei took one last look at the map, then folded it up and slid it back into his pocket. Okay, wir haben jetzt eine Karte. Jun looked up. Blah. The ship is bigger than I thought. Yeah, it's probably about 900 feet long. Must be one of these fancy cruise ships. Of course, it doesn't really look like a cruise ship. Everything in here is really retro. Even if it's something sort of style choice, there's just too much. Do you remember what Zero said? Bla bla bla, die Titanic ist in einen Eisberg gecrashed. Flashback, ja, hatten wir schon. Ja, die ist 2 Stunden und 40 noch rumgeschwommen und dann ist sie dann gesunken. Do you think maybe this boat and the Titanic have something to do with each other? Sind wir auf einem Titanic-Nachbau? That's a good point. I doubt he would have mentioned it if there wasn't a reason. Junpei took a moment to look around the room. Do you think this boat is... Was ich gerade gesagt habe. A replica of the Titanic. The actual Titanic? Das kann nicht sein. Also bitte. Das ist... Ja. A replica of the Titanic? A replica? Yeah. You know, like a copy of the actual boat. Who on earth would make something like that? Fans. Crazy Titanic fans. Titanic fangirls. No way. Do you even know how much money that would take? No idea. But all they've gotta do is break even, you know? Break even? Yeah. They could use it as a cruise ship. Climb aboard a piece of history, sail around the world in the resurrected Titanic. Hell, with marketing like that, they'd probably have more customers than they know what to do with. Do you really think people would want to ride on a ship with such an ominous past? It's the site of the worst accident in history. Over 1,500 people died. I wouldn't be surprised if you'd get cursed just for going. A curse, huh? Jumpy, do you believe in that sort of thing? You know, curses and stuff? Yeah. Yeah, well, I guess so. To a certain extent. Junpei scratched his temple. What about you? Nah, I guess that's kind of a dumb question. Yes, I do believe in curses. In fact, I think it was a curse that sank the Titanic. What? A curse sank the Titanic. The curse of the Egyptian mummy. Junpei couldn't understand how June had maintained a straight face to say that. Supposedly the Titanic carried the mummy of the priestess Amon-Ra, which was stolen from a pyramid. And they say that the mummy had a history. Everyone involved with it died mysterious death. Come on, I'm sure you've heard of it before. Those who open the coffin will be forever cursed. Haven't you ever heard that one? So you're saying the Titanic sank because of that curse? That's right. June's eyes had lit up with excitement, like a child with a new toy. That mummy, the priestess, supposedly she was special. What do you mean? Well, supposedly she was really pretty. Pretty? Yes, but she was a mummy. That's right. She wasn't all shriveled up or rotten or anything. She looked just like she was alive. Oh, I get it. It's that thing. I don't remember the name, where your body turns into some kind of wax. If a dead body is put in the right sort of environment, the fat in it turns into kind of like candle wax, right? Yep, saponification. But that's not what it was. Huh? That's not it. She wasn't wax. Then what is it? They say that she was frozen. What? Frozen? That's right. The whole body was frozen solid. You know how a human body is more than 60% water? Ach, eigentlich sind 70, aber okay. Es sind 70% Wasser. Well, all of that water was frozen. The story says that from the time of its discovery, all the way through to it, when it got put on the Titanic, and even though it was carried through the desert, her body never melted. But June and Junpei talked a little more and then went back to their investigation. Ernsthaft, wir reden jetzt über den Fluch einer Mumie? Really? But even as they did, his mind went back to what she told him. Ice that wouldn't melt, even in a desert. Could such a thing really exist? No, even if it did, it wouldn't really be ice anymore, would it? The more he thought about it, the more his head hurt. Like he'd eaten his ice cream too fast. Ja, nee, finde ich nämlich auch. Tja, there's nothing particularly interesting about it. Was ist das da auf dem Boden? Das da. Okay. Hier muss doch bestimmt was dran sein. Ein Schlüssel. Dresser key. A key. Do you think it's a key to the dresser? Okay, wir gucken uns das trotzdem mal kurz an. Ja. Warte mal. Bitte mal Items ganz aus. Danke. Da ist kein doppelter Boden oder so. It's a dresser. There's nothing on top. There's the mirror for the dresser. And now she's playing with her hair. Does she even realize she's doing that? Hey, we don't have time for that. Come on, it's not like anyone here you can... Okay. Yep. Oh, what? Why are you quiet all of a sudden? Sie möchte hübsch für uns sein. Forget it, Jumpy. Okay. Achso, von hier kommen wir. Ist nochmal ein Licht. You can see. Das ist nur der Mirror. Hä, muss ich das jetzt zuschließen? It's a key we found in the dress. Ah, okay. Okay. Geh mal zurück. Hier können wir nicht mehr machen, ne? Dann gehen wir jetzt doch einfach mal rüber zu den anderen, oder? Hä? Ah, okay. Ich kann rüber. Tatsache, ich kann rüber. Okay. Achso, sind wir jetzt schon drüben? Okay. Okay, warte, chill. Ja. Okay. Wir gehen jetzt auf jeden Fall nochmal rüber. I'm gonna go check up on them. Okay. Und beenden die Episode hier für heute. Ich hoffe, ihr hattet Spaß heute bei einer etwas längeren Episode. Wie gesagt, sagt mir, was ihr lieber möchtet. Kurze Episoden oder lange Episoden oder noch längere Episoden oder wenn ich das Spiel einfach in einem Stück durchspiele. Sagt mir, was ihr davon haltet. Sagt mir, welche Entscheidungen ihr getroffen hättet. Wie auch immer. Lasst einen Like da oder einen Kommentar nebenbei. Und ich hoffe, wir sehen uns beim nächsten Mal und ihr habt noch einen schönen Tag. Bis dahin, macht's gut.